I'm gonna name a movie. You tell me, was Zac Efron shirtless or not? Shirtless is no blouse, no top.
How does it work? Can you demonstrate? What?
That's for ETM Movies After Dark, people.
Hey everyone, welcome to ET at the Movies, where we get you ready for what's hitting the box office this weekend. I'm Ash Carlson, and please excuse my voice. I was at camp and I was yelling a lot.
I am John Boone. Please excuse my face. I got in a fight with The Rock. Which brings us to our movies this week. We got a twofer. We got Baywatch.
Baywatch.
We got Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man Tell No Tales.
Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales.
Which is not to be confused with Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest, which is an actual another movie in this franchise, but not this movie.
They love the dead.
But that leads us into Ashley's college thesis about Pirates of the Caribbean. She wrote literally what had to be 2,000, how many pages is 2,000 words? I should know this, I'm a writer.
It wasn't that, it wasn't that long of a thesis, but I was watching the movies and there was a couple of things that I was like, oh, I feel like I need to recall that. There's not a lot you need to know before going in, there's more so some stuff you need to just remember from previous movies. First thing you need to remember, which if you can't remember this, I'm concerned about you, is Jack Sparrow, played by Johnny Depp. He is a quick-witted pirate, gets away on being cunning. He's a drunk.
Something like this.
The second one is our other returning characters, Will Turner and Elizabeth Swann, Orlando Bloom, Keira Knightley, and the fact that they got married and had a son, which we find out in the post-credits scene for At World's End, that they have a son named Henry, and they're married. So the third thing you need to remember is that what happened to Will Turner at the end of At World's End was that he was cursed to the Flying Dutchman. So in order to kill Davy Jones, Will Turner was mortally wounded. He was dying, so he was going to die anyway. So they cut out his heart and put it into Davy Jones' locker, thus cursing him to be the captain of the Flying Dutchman, Davy Jones' ship. So he's immortal, can't die, but can only come on land once every 10 years. That's the Flying Dutchman. And then you need to remember the Black Pearl, which was Jack Sparrow's ship that was cursed in the first movie. What we actually need to remember about it is that before on Stranger Tides, we learned that the Black Pearl was shrunk down and put into a bottle for whatever reason. And that's where the Black Pearl is. That's their ship.
All right. There's more.
There's more.
There's more.
Point number 5, Captain Hector Barbossa. And he was the villain of the first movie who mutinized... Jeffrey Rush mutinized Jack Sparrow and took over the Black Pearl, and then he got it back, and then he was killed at the end of the movie. And then we find out that he was resurrected to help rescue Jack in the third movie, At World's End. So he kind of redeems himself and becomes the good guy as far as pirates can go.
Yeah, they're kind of frenemies.
They're frenemies. And then the last and final one is the compass, it's Jack's compass, and whenever he opens it, it points in the direction of whatever the user of the compass desires the most. It was a big part in one of the movies, but not really in the other ones, but it comes into play a lot in this one.
Honestly, if you didn't follow all of that, seriously, rewind this clip, go down here, scroller, go back like a minute and a half, however long you just talked, rewatch that all, because it is important, and it does all happen in this movie.
Yeah, but they are leading us off with some new characters, possibly going into a whole new leg of this franchise.
Well, you already mentioned Henry Turner, who is Will and Elizabeth's son. That's Brendan Thwaites from The Giver. Handsome man.
Handsome man.
Great charisma, even greater eyebrows. We also have Karina Smith, played by Kaya Scodelario, and she is very Keira Knightley-ish.
She is.
Keira Knightley-Lee.
Keira Knightley-Lee.
And lastly, we have the Matador of the Sea, the villain of the movie. He's kind of a zombie, ghost. What would you qualify him as?
I just call them all skeletons, but I guess he's like he's undead.
Anyway, Javier Bardem plays him. Javier Bardem is Boo, real life Boo to Penelope Cruz. Javier, sorry I just called you someone Boo. But our very own Denny Directo, friend of the pod vlog. What are we doing here?
Our sweet podcast.
Yeah, friend of the pod, Denny Directo, sat down with Javier and found out some advice he got from Penelope and what it's like working with Johnny Depp.
So he told me you're gonna have a lot of fun. You're gonna laugh a lot when you work with Johnny. So learn your lines because you may forget about them. And it's true. She was totally right in the sense that when you are working with him and he becomes Sparrow, then the first 2-3 times I was like, yeah, that was great. And then I forgot that I have to interact with him.
You will soon pay for what you did to me.
I thought he was probably the best part of the movie. What did you think of Pirates overall?
There's fun bits, and then the rest of it I've seen before.
Right. I think it's definitely the same old song and dance, but it's a song and dance I kind of like. I kind of enjoy.
I feel like this franchise is kind of stuck in a weird place where it's getting repetitive. Johnny Depp is the same in every movie. Jack Sparrow is never gonna change, and if he has to be in all these movies, how else can it change?
I mean, as long as they keep selling tickets, I think they're just going to keep rinse and repeating these movies.
And that's essentially what Jerry Bruckheimer said. He said, Disney's got to cut that check.
Welcome to Baywatch.
We have another movie to talk about, also taking place at sea, sea-themed, Baywatch. Strictly for adult audiences, rated R.
This is not your aunt's Baywatch. That horny aunt that loved Baywatch. This is not for her. Well, actually, it probably is for her, because this one has Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Did you know that he actually wants to be called DJ? So, your wish is granted. So it stars DJ in the David Hasselhoff role, and Zac Efron in a role played by someone that you would have no idea who they are, even if I said the name. And then the villain this time is Priyanka Chopra, who
Love
is
her.
the prettiest woman in the entire world. Anyway, E.T.'s Kevin Frazier was down in Miami with DJ. And DJ kind of filled him in on how this movie came to be.
Well, you know what we wanted to do? We wanted to make sure that the action was fun with Baywatch. You know, we want to make a movie that was fun, but we also want to make a movie that had great action.
So, do you like your Baywatch hard art?
No, like I loved what they did with 21 Jump Street, 22 Jump Street, and this was kind of in line with that, and I love that
sick of
idea.
it.
Really?
Yeah, this is like a very negative episode for me, apparently. I'm like being a real downer. And DJ, you know I heart you, boy. I've met The Rock. I'm just kind of like, you can't just plug in a bunch of like penis jokes and the F word and get laughs. There are funny moments in this movie. There are certainly funny moments. But like, so many of the gags are just like, a penis. And we have...
And we have a little more insight on that, do we not?
We have a little more insight on penises.
We're all adults. Everybody's trying to make a good movie. Everybody's trying to work hard, right? We're all in business together. You know, time is money. We're working hard. But the moment a prosthetic penis comes on set,
Changes everything.
we're 12-year-old boys again. Yes, look at that. Come here, Zach. Yeah, here.
So, penises. Are you holding a card?
So now we're going to play a game called, because I spent a lot of time prepping this,
I really didn't see it.
it's called, was Zac Efron shirtless in this movie or not?
Oh my god, okay.
Dirty Grandpa.
Yes. Shirtless.
Neighbors 2, Sorority Rising.
I'm gonna go shirtless.
Bingo. I probably should have told you you also got that first one correct.
Okay, good.
Hairspray.
Not shirtless.
Very good, very good. 17 again.
Shirtless.
I'm starting to realize this might be the easiest game in the entire world.
Well, let's see.
Charlie St. Cloud.
Oh. Shirtless.
Yep.
Yes. You had a boat,
If
right?
you defaulted to shirtless on all of them, you'd do pretty well. Me and Orson Welles.
Not shirtless?
I thought that one might stump you.
Apparently I know my Zac Efron shirtless trivia.
High School Musical 2.
Ooh. Not shirtless?
Shirtless multiple times, Disney Channel.
Oh, man.
Last one, The Lorax.
Not shirtless.
This game sucks.
No, I liked it.
Zac Efron is shirtless all the time.
I should be on Jeopardy.
What questions do you think Jeopardy is asking?
I'm almost embarrassed that I know that much Zac Efron shirtless trivia. I won the game.
Zac Efron
What do I win?
or... He's dancing for you. That's your victory dance.
Yay!
Let's wrap this baby up.
Let's wrap this baby up. Which movie do you recommend that everyone should go see? If you had to pick one.
I'm going to say Baywatch. And you know why I'm going to say Baywatch? Because if it gets a sequel, maybe we'll get more Pamela Anderson. And I demand more Pam.
More Pam.
What about you?
I'm going to go with Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales, because I am just a little nerd for the sea, and I love it, and I thought it was exciting, and that theme, when I hear it on the big screen, is just magical.
Do you know that there is also ocean in Baywatch?
Yeah, but there's no skeleton sharks in Baywatch.
Wait, who did you think Zac Efron was playing?
He's like a skeleton shark.
That's all for us this week. What are we talking about next week?
Ooh. Dun, 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 dun. That wasn't good. Wonder Woman.
Oh, is that another score you like hearing on the big screen?
Yes, actually.
Come back. We're talking about Wonder Woman.
See you next week when we talk about Wonder Woman. Do this. Like, subscribe, all that stuff I'm supposed to say. Comment.
Give
Love
us
you guys.
validation. We need it.
At us, whatever. Bye.
Bye.